She's like, oh, because I was showing her some new.
All right, it's Gym Crashers Live. My name is Dondo. This is a show about jiu-jitsu, MMA, sometimes pro wrestling, even though I don't necessarily approve, but sometimes. Muay Thai, Sambo, you name it. It is all those things mixed together, but mostly a lifestyle thing. We get to interview people. We got fighters coming in. Today, I have, of course, my co-host and guest of honor here, co-host being Mr. Adam, the Fijian Freak Show.
Party people.
Woods. According to
What's going on,
Woods.
party people? It's Tuesday night. The mood is right, and we've got a special guest. Dondo, would you like to do the introduction?
I guess I can do that. That would be none other than Wyoming's finest, Wyoming's most wanted, Fountain Valley's least wanted, Tim Webster, in-house, right here, right now, freshly tattooed on his thumb, because that's his sexual organ, his thumb.
Wow, did you compare him to John Wayne Bobbitt? What the fuck is going on here, sir?
You know,
Damn.
if your thumb's bigger, pull the trigger.
Okay, all right, that's where we're going.
That's the new OJ. If your thumb's bigger, pull that trigger.
Oof. Damn, look at this guy with one-liners. Holy shit.
Nah. Tim's a good guy. You know, it's fan appreciation day here at Gym Crashers, and we appreciate our fans. Tim watches the show. We constantly give him shout-outs, and his kid's even watching Pennsylvania, so Tim's here to do his thing. Shout out to the kids, homeboy.
Yeah, I guess my
Close
kids
to the
wanted,
mic.
My kids wanted, their YouTube channels of Cookies, Bacon, Bob,
Nice.
and White Rabbit. And apparently PewDiePie, even though that guy needs no introduction, he's a little famous. Yeah,
There you go. It's all
so
good.
There you go, kids.
That's right.
There you go.
But shout out to your kids. What's your kids' names?
With Nicholas Webster
Nicholas.
and Aiden Webster.
Right on, Aiden. Right into the mic. You got to speak into the mic. There you go.
Turn his mic towards it, then angle it.
Angle it. Turn it up because he's tall. There we go.
And that
There
was
you
our
go.
producer, the
Yeah.
glorious Polynesian Panda.
And that's our type of production. We do it during the show, not pre-production.
There you
Right? Welcome to Gym Crashers. But this is Tim Webster and Adam Woods and Dondo coming at you live. Tuesday nights, check us out. We're here on YouTube and Facebook Live. Coming at you at your dojo, your gym, your fight academy, whatever it may be. We're going to bring Miguel along. And we like to spar, we like to roll, we like to get serious and find out what you're about. So look for us because we're coming. How you feel about that, Adam Woods?
Yeah, that's
how I met him.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Tim, if you don't mind me asking, how did you become kind of aware of the sport of mixed martial arts or combat sports in general?
Oh, jeez. I actually still remember the first UFC.
November 12th, 1993.
Growing up around here, we had like chemo. We had Abbott.
Oh, Tank Abbott, yeah,
He used to
absolutely.
work out at the university behind Levitz, otherwise known as Golden Waste or Golden West. I mean,
That's where I went.
Ooh.
so
It's the highest education I received.
yeah, it was just it was basically like that. Here's this new up and coming
Sport,
stuff
yeah.
on TV, and so I mean, and that's of course they had no actual weight class or anything.
Nope.
It was kind of like drawing a name out of a hat, and so thought it was the greatest thing ever. What was the sumo that fought the little
Oh
karate
my
dude?
gosh!
Yeah,
We had
Oh
Kimo
my God,
Leopoldo. We had Ken Shamrock.
the sumo.
Ken
sumo dude,
Gabrielson.
yeah.
No, I'm kind of going down the names for that reason. Robert's brother. Robert's brother.
Ooh.
And he lost to that karate guy.
Dude, yeah, his tooth came out, right, because of the wheel kick. I want to say it's like Emmanuel something, but it was not that guy. Okay.
Something. He's on that show in Hawaii. The
So Robert
Is that
doesn't
the-
have a.
nice guy.
Yeah. He's on Hawaii Five-0. He's big boy.
I was gonna say
He's
is
Robert's
that-
big boy, bald brother. That's right.
Oh, he was in basketball.
Yes.
Yes, he was in basketball.
He's got a lot of roles since.
a lot slimmer roles
Right?
in different area codes.
Well, double meaning for roles.
Oh, damn!
We call them malasadas in Hawaii.
Oof. Anyway, so that was kind of your
Yeah, I thought that was like super interesting. It was almost like watching Bloodsport or something, but in actuality and in real life. And then I thought it was cool. And then of course everything kind of changed up over the years, and everything got a little more uniformed and.
Right?
We
It became a sport.
Yes,
And it's sanctioned.
where it's at now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But even before that, there were no holds barred events. There was vale tudo events in Mexico and in the States. There was a lot going on early '90s until UFC broke. So there was, it was busting at the seams by that time.
and then of course we went to school with Lober.
Oh yeah, John Lober, yes,
Yeah,
yes, the older Lober.
Yeah,
But the younger
knew about
Lober's
that,
my
yeah.
homeboy. Shout out to Frank Lober, savage animal.
He's in Hawaii, so
He is where he
Yeah.
belongs. Because in
raising
Hawaii,
ducks and filming, ducks having sex. That's basically his life now, and raising his
that's it.
kids in ducks.
Yep.
Filming ducks,
Yes,
becoming a cuck is what we're going.
Whoa,
Yeah,
a
he,
cock,
uh,
I
Wow.
like that.
10
Can
points.
you define cock?
Yeah, there you go.
Adam's wife's watching, so we're gonna keep. it
Yeah,
PG
and
rated.
apparently I'm as black as a puck, so there's that.
Well, not quite. You're kind of chocolate, but not quite black.
Yeah, man.
He's very coconut husk.
There you go. I like it. I'm not shaven today, so there's that. Usually I look like a scrotum, but I guess
Scrotum.
we're
I
going
like
with Harry Pucks.
He's Harry Pooter.
Scary Kruger. So as far as the evolution of MMA, you kind of jumped in almost in the onset, right? So for people that aren't in this kind of combat sports community, people in the pop culture lexicon almost view it as like this blood sport and what have you. But you've seen the evolution from like those no weight class one night tournaments
Where it actually was something that people that don't know anything about it, was almost at that point at one time where it started, and then actually turning into something, like saying sanctioned and
Yeah.
I mean I've
Organized.
Yeah,
It's a sport.
and
People
so,
get paid.
Yeah, back then it's almost that's what people
Now
that
it's
don't know. They think of it sometimes.
You're right.
How it used to be, but it's nothing like that. I mean, I've seen fights where it's like, wow, that's really getting called. That just
Yeah.
happened. I mean.
Yeah.
I think that like my kid could have taken that hit or something, and you're just like, and
Right.
this guy, this is what he does. He gets paid this money, and they just called that.
Yeah, man. Which will that's a really nice crescendo to kind of lead into the UFC 235 events. Did you catch any of it?
I read your mind with that one.
Actually, yeah, we down here in Huntington at was it my place?
Yeah, I love my place.
So-
Peanuts on the floor.
Yeah, went there and watched
hookers
it.
for
and-
waitresses. I'm sorry. Nice ladies for waitresses.
Yeah, the waitresses, little.
Scantily clad.
But we had to take some kids with us, so
You
they've
can do
got,
both
like,
there.
Yeah, they've got like 52 TVs or something, and I
And
guess
they show fights in the parking lot.
yes,
What?
Yes, they
Hey, you
actually
gotta go. I'm inviting you to dinner next
Okay.
fight.
Don't they project it on the wall
Yes,
sometimes?
yes. Big
and
Joe, you're coming too.
I saw something for $5. You could basically bring your own chair and
Sit
your own
outside.
booze, and you sit outside and watch.
What?
Yeah.
Watch it projected.
It's the
on
Wild Wild West in Huntington Beach, Adam.
Okay, I went to.
It's not all Inglehood here.
Oh, I went to the Buffalo Wild Wings in Glendale the last time I went out for a fight.
Yeah.
And they charged me $25 per person. I
Might as
took
well
my
stay
wife. I
home.
was like, I'm out $50, and I have to get drinks and size. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no,
God.
it was completely free. I mean, they didn't charge anything for it, and it was just
It's cool.
price of drinks, and then you get to smash peanuts and throw,
Smash penis.
smash penis. You just smash the penis and throw
I
it
don't
on
judge.
the
We
floor.
don't judge here at the Gym Crashers.
Hey, whatever keeps
No,
you
not
busy,
at all.
buddy.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it was a good time. The Lawler fight, that was
Right?
John was speaking about
that's
that
what we're
earlier.
leading
Well, and-
into, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lawler.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Ben Askren, you said you didn't know
Yeah,
who he was,
I
right?
did not know who Ben Askren was prior to that fight. He honestly looked like somebody that was woken by bump in the night or sound in the night and got up out of bed with his
Wow.
boxers on and just kind of moseyed in there. Might have been eating some Reese's peanut butter cups at a movie
Wow.
prior to that. But yeah, he just went in, but ended up beating his ass. I mean, it looked like an older brother taking out their little brother with that headlock. Like, that's not something that you see
That is
somebody.
that technique,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
And the way he just, he had his weight and arching, and it just looked like he was like, check it out, Mom, I'm kicking the crap out of Tommy here.
That's right.
I mean,
Wow.
so take that. But no, he got his face wrecked. I mean, up until that, took some punches,
Yeah.
still ended up coming back, but yeah, he kind of looked like a, not trying to be mean, but a guy riding a short bus, like maybe like a Greek statue on the short bus, or it just.
Well, he's very capable. We know he has a strong wrestling pedigree. Lawler meant business. Dominated the fight as he came out, right? Laying down the law.
So, I mean, quick takeaways. So, I mean, for me, my kind of fascination with Ben Askren was there were a couple not big names, but like homegrown Bellator talents. Eddie Alvarez, We want to go Michael Chandler, Joe Warren, the baddest man on the planet, Askren, and Dave the Caveman Wrinkles. That dude used to come out like literally in a Flintstone-inspired car and go into the Bellator cages with the club behind his back. It was just amazing. But Askren was one of those guys who were just, it was like mainstays. Those names you didn't think that would ever broach the UFC kind of bubble and what have you. So
the approach was way different, more pro wrestling style.
Right, absolutely. And the crazy thing about it, speaking of pro wrestling, everybody wants to talk about the Bulldog choke, and I mean that is what finished the fight. Controversial in some, but in my vantage point, it was one of those deals where Lawler's hand went limp. Now it was momentarily, but it still went limp. So I mean, and Herb Dean was like maybe a step out from being able to see it kind of clearly.
Sure.
So...
But that is one of the signals.
Right.
Someone goes limp, you call the fight.
Right, absolutely. So, I mean, Herb Dean is excellent, arguably the best, referee that MMA has ever produced.
Right. He has not had too many questionable calls.
Well, I think it comes with the territory, right?
It's going to happen.
Right. But the thing that spoke out to me the most,
Tell
right,
me.
out of everything, I mean... It was almost like Lawler turned into a bit of Kurt Angle and Olympic slammed Askren. I mean, It was just like dumped him on his head. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And then proceeded just to pound the ever-living tar out of him.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to go there, but like...
No, it was good. The play-by-play is great because it was 30 seconds of pounding.
Yeah, I mean, Askren might have looked like a paler Emmett Till.
Yeah.
That was... Yeah, I went there.
He was being dominated,
and
absolutely. Out of nowhere locks it up.
Yeah, man. And so, I mean, that was one of the craziest fights. And I definitely thought it would be longer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for what Robbie Lawler showed in that fight, I mean... And Askren, by being able to take a punch, holy smoke!
Yeah,
I mean,
multiple.
Lawler didn't even. He knew though after it was called. He didn't put up that big of
defense.
It was just like
it's on.
I wasn't getting out of there.
It's on. Yeah,
absolutely.
It was eventually going to happen. There was no getting out of that. And what was that? The second time that a fight's been won with the Bulldog?
That's right.
Joke?
Right, something like that.
15 years prior, third time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third, but
thank you, producer Robert.
It was definitely like somewhat of a rarity, and again, I mean Ben Askren coming in. I mean he had retired. I mean essentially having won pre-UFC career, the Bellator championship and the ONE FC now ONE championship title belts, and retired because he didn't feel like their competition were up to snuff. So that was the thing. We wanted to see what Ben Askren, with his credentials, could do in the UFC, and we saw a little bit of it, a smattering of it. I can't wait to see what he does next. So how about that?
Yeah,
right?
No, absolutely. I was just kind of looking at the card, but top to bottom, we were looking at Zabit Stevens.
Oh, my goodness. So, Tim?
Did you see that fight?
Yeah, that was kind of in the beginning, correct?
Yep.
I mean,
that's what
undercards.
that's where we're taking it from.
All right, so which one was it? You're going to have to remind me because I honestly
Description.
So it was Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens against Abraham Lincoln in Zabit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So the guy that looked like a freedom fighter from the Stallone movie where he went to Afghanistan.
Yeah,
that's
there we go.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a pretty good description.
That's what he looked like.
For my man Tim.
when he came
Slim
on.
Tim from Wyoming.
So he, correct me if I'm wrong, he's the one that handed out the nut kick, correct?
That one that was
after. Yeah. That was a swift nut kick, lifted up the nuts, paused.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember that. So
I mean
that was a pretty good fight, but that was another one of those.
That was not Garbrandt. That was somebody else.
No. Well, no.
I don't think I've ever seen him fight either. I just couldn't get behind because it was one of those things. Like I said, I was kind of mesmerized. Like, it was just
his aesthetic.
yeah, it was-
absolutely.
What in the hell is that guy? I mean, he honestly, that's the first thing that popped to my mind, and I think I was telling everybody around me.
I like this. I like that he's
yeah.
honest and he describes it as
Yeah,
he sees it. 'Cause
I
that's
like
what
it.
it's all about.
Yeah, I could not get behind him just for that fact that he reminded me of one of the bad guys from
Right.
the Stallone movie. I mean,
For
where
real.
so
He was typecast.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
and so no, it just I think I did not like him just for the way he looked, and that sounds horrible
That's
and
fair.
judgmental, but shit, I mean,
Well, no, we got it. I mean, sometimes if you don't know who the people are and they're coming out, we're going to have those prejudgments
And it
and
was-
figure out who's going to win, right?
so when did it start with basically doing country versus like country? It almost seemed like there was
Yeah,
they were doing.
As they travel, I've noticed that. You're absolutely right. So UFC is getting global. We go to Ireland, go to England, we go around the world, go to Australia, go
Right,
to New
absolutely.
Zealand, right? So as they're popping around the world, they're pulling local fighters, but U.S. fighters are well known, so they're putting them in the mix with
Right.
those local fighters, and that's where we get country versus country.
Yeah,
It really
and so-
isn't that thing, but it works like
but,
that.
right. But I mean,
Go to Brazil, it certainly is that way. It's
Right,
really
absolutely.
heavy Brazil versus U.S.
I mean, that's essentially where Colby Covington developed his heel persona, his bad guy persona. Basically going in and beating a Brazilian and going like, this country is shit, whatever the hell, I can't, whatever. And they literally had to like rush him out of the country after that. You know?
Chael
So-
Sonnen too, because
Yeah,
he's,
Sonnen.
he's petting the buses and Hey, producer Robert's got a statement. What's up, Robert?
Aaron Moreau texted me. She goes, Lawler swing the biggest, and that's facts. She was
Repeat
not
that.
happy.
Lawler swings the biggest, and that's facts. Yes, we know this. That was
Not happy with that.
no.
She really thinks.
Yeah.
Stopped. I mean, Ben could have been stopped as well.
Oh, when he was on the ground.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On the ground,
No,
yeah.
no, 100%. No,
Aaron Murray, you were so correct about that first
Yeah.
statement. Second one's a little bit more trivial because the arm drop.
And I told her to come next week, and she said possible.
Aaron
There
Murray,
you
welcome
go.
anytime,
There you
but
go.
we'd love to see you next week. So
yeah,
she's
and
shouting us out.
Aaron Moore, we're going to King of the Cage. You want to come?
I'm in.
Yeah, Sunday, Citizens Bank Arena.
This Sunday?
in Ontario. Oh, Dondo's got a busy schedule.
No. I'm just trying to plan my weekend. Okay, so Saturday we have CXF.
CXF.
With George Basmajian and crew. Sunday we have King of the Cage with
There we go.
Adam According to Woods and crew
Aaron Moore.
and Aaron Murrow.
fuck
I'm
yeah.
in. If you guys are in, I'm in.
Yeah.
Whoever I promised to hang out Sunday, forgive me.
Oof. Ouch. Sorry. You got typecast. Anywho. But yeah. So, I mean, with Zabit, right? I mean, go ahead and...
Zabit? No, you tell me. I couldn't even pronounce his name. I
So-
said Zabit and Costello.
Oh, I'm not touching that last name. But Zabit, is from where is it? I don't want to say Kazakhstan because I
From-
just go into Borat mode.
But yeah, he's an Eastern European.
Eastern European,
Ukrainian,
Right.
possibly. No?
I was gonna go more Chechnyan, but
Okay,
yeah, well.
you're probably right. Actually,
But anywho, in the region of the world that he's from,
Yeah.
you hear
Sambo.
about Habib, and all of these crazy Dagestan. That's it.
Is it
crazy
Dagestan?
Dagestani wrestlers,
Oh,
right?
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
this.
So Zabit is almost like, in the fact that he's like a taekwondo guy and a striking guy. It's almost like a Jackson or an Osmond that doesn't sing or dance,
Oh, wow.
right? I mean, the fact that he's a striker in a land full of wrestlers,
Got it.
right?
Got it. I like that description.
Yeah. So anything that Zabit does, and he's so unorthodox with his style, he gives everybody problems. And he's got real legitimate knockout power because he's been in Taekwondo literally since he was 3. Like you have Habib in one part of Dagestan wrestling bears at 5 years old, and then you got Zabit just kicking the shit out of everything, right?
love it.
So, and again, Dagestanis, the way that I perceive them, they're not
Where
people that are easy to like take down or whatever.
Right.
So if Zabit is just kicking the shit out of people for 20 years and he's like barely 27, holy shit, right? And again, it's a guy who in a land full of wrestlers, he found a way to stand out, and yeah, I mean, unfortunately it did go to the distance,
Yeah.
but damn.
We'll see
I
more
wish.
of him.
I mean, I wish we would have seen more out of Stevens. But Zabib just
He
poses
smothered him.
too many problems on his feet. So
Yeah.
with that, again, 20 years of Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Seems like everybody in those regions of the world, they're like the whole Russia thing and the whole old Soviet bloc. Like everybody's just crazy angry and fighting. It's almost like the attitude you would get from somebody in like New York or something like that.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like everybody has like they've learned to fight growing up because how tough the country's always been. And just the way life,
life has
most of the people are they're not wealthy. They're not. And so they've got to fight for everything and
right. Give no quarter, And it almost reminds me almost like in a different instance, right? Where everybody's like happy or whatever, but like Cuba, right? Yoel Romero is a crazy example.
He's a superhero.
Yeah, that dude is like 40, like mid 40s.
Yeah.
It's
still top of the food chain.
Superhero doing backflips and shit and whatever. Olympic level judo guy, and if you've ever seen any of his training methods, like in the UFC Embedded or the Countdown,
unorthodox.
It's like an upper room of a bodega in Miami, and he's just flipping the shit out of everyone, like 300 other Cuban wrestler dudes, and they just all shirts off, they all yoked like a motherfucker, and all they're eating is fucking plantains and leche.
My goodness.
Like literally, he's just fucking next, and you can fucking hear the reverberation, and it's like so fucking crazy, man, so fucking crazy.
We got to get in on some of that.
Yeah, good luck. Fuck that.
We're
Pack a lunch.
we're going to Miami.
And hide your fucking plantains because they're going to fuck it up.
I don't carry plantains with me.
There you go. Maybe that's just me. Fuck. The Frisian Freak Show representing.
Yes. They have plantains there in Fiji?
Yeah. Hell yeah, we do.
They do.
We got plantains, mangoes, and mongooses. Fuck.
Okay.
It's a good time. It's a good damn time.
It's got a short little plantain.
Hey, at least it's sweet, damn it. Anyway.
Joey the Bull has been shut down.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good. It may be.
I love Mr. Hinojosa.
That's right.
10 points.
That's right.
10 points.
If we don't give him a microphone, we ain't got to hear from him.
Yeah, man. So other fights on this crazy card.
I got the card right here. Zabit Stevens. We got Mazani Kiesan. I know that you wanted to talk about this. It was the ladies. I was excited. They certainly brought it. What do you think about the lady fight, the one that was on the undercard? Mazani Kiesan.
Okay. Got to remind me on that one, too. I'm sorry, man. It's
okay, Adam. Take it from here. I know you watched it.
Okay, so Macy, right? She just won the last season of The Ultimate Fighter.
Such an awesome show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And happened to be there before I got kicked out for interviewing Tim Means.
You got to go to The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, that was the night before the crash. Me, Amy, and Blake Troop.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that is what you were there for.
Yes, absolutely.
So my man here, Adam Woods, is recently recovering from a drastic and painful car accident with Blake.
Everything hurts.
Blake Troop Woods, yeah. Or Blake Troop.
Yeah, man.
Blake Bulletproof Troop.
He wears
Big Woods.
Yeah, absolutely. Big Woods.
Well, that's when the accident happened. They became one person.
I'm gonna allow
They got crushed.
I'm gonna be like fucking Mills Lane. I'll allow it. But
coming home from Ultimate Fighter in Vegas. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing about it is one of the main things that I remember is Macy's family just engulfing her. I mean, literally. It seemed like the entire Palms lobby and whatever just engulfed her when she came out of the, out of the arena, and just the support system that she has, right?
People love her.
Now, Gina Mazzani, right?
Yep.
So on episode, I want to say 3 or 4 of the UFC Embedded, they were following John Jones around, right? And there's Gina basically signing the posters as most of the fighters do or whatever, and John Jones kind of like old 70s Huggy Bear style, like, hey, what's your name and whatever. It's like, my name is Gina and whatever the fuck. So I was like, oh, okay, like something's going on here. And then Macy just demolishes her. So the first thing that I thought about it was like, so did John Jones still get those digits? And is he... I mean, is like bloodlust his thing? Like, I mean, in addition to being a world champion ass whooper and, crashing cars with pregnant ladies and running back to grab the Coke, fuck, man. What can't he do? Apparently have a unblemished personal life. But we're not here to talk about personal lives, man. No. It sucks. I mean, John Jones, arguably the greatest ever. So, I don't want to...
We're moving to that. What'd you think of the fight?
The fight of
Kiesan and Mazani.
I mean, man, I wish it would have been better for Gina.
Yeah.
But
He certainly had more spark. We thought that more would come out of that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So, I mean, in the Ultimate Fighter, right? Because they are glorified exhibitions. They don't count to the fighter's actual records,
That's
right?
right.
And they're fighting other kind of same level, same tiered.
They're two-rounders. It's
Right,
It's
absolutely.
real quick.
So it's really modified, right? So you don't necessarily see it. And then obviously you can talk about the Kelvin Gastelums,
Yep.
the Forrest Griffins, the Rashad Evans,
The legends
right?
that came from the show.
Right, absolutely. But there are, I can't remember, but there was like a really light-skinned dude, almost albino-like or whatever. Where did he go? I don't know. So
Sure.
like.
I don't remember that guy, so I don't know.
Right. So I mean, at times the guys and girls on the Ultimate Fighter tend to get a little bit, kind of under rug swept, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So and we don't know
It's personality driven too.
Right, absolutely. But we don't know their metal, right? Because when the big show
it hasn't been tested.
Yeah, when the big show happens, sometimes they don't show up, right?
Yeah.
But this time Macy just again mollywopped Gina Mazzini,
Yeah.
who's a talent. I think she'd won her last two or last one.
At least two, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Talented striker. I mean, holy hell! But I mean, Macy, the Ultimate Fighter winner, came in and just mollywopped her. Man, it didn't look like they were doing the same thing. So
Done.
yeah.
That was done.
It almost sounded like you were describing, was it Josh Koscheck? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It might as well been.
Yeah,
Right?
he is albino, all bleached
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's kind
Oh
of
my
funny.
God.
he kind of reminded me of one of those that looked like they or almost had that persona that they were going to do something a lot more than they actually ended up doing. I mean, besides
carried
going back
himself
and
that
what-
way.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
becoming what, a coach, and then didn't he go up against on another season another one of the coaches on
Yeah,
there?
yeah. He had came back for another season.
Yeah, right, absolutely. But it's so funny that you say it because I can't remember. I'm bad with like cartoons or whatever, but I remember my kid watching this like cartoon movie, and it was like this child star, and then he just ended up like not really being too much of anything as an adult, right? And like being like this evil doer or whatever. That was Josh Koscheck.
Yeah.
That was his entire career.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
so-
I completely forgot about him until they were showing clips on one of the fights, the pre-fights this last weekend, and he was one of the guys that was getting his ass handed to him.
And, yeah, absolutely.
And it
man.
was just like, hey, I remember that guy was a douche on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all
yeah.
like watching those fights.
Yeah, man.
He brought it.
Yeah, he did. I mean, for his time, you did it. But
You
you
don't
know,
remember him, that's for sure. I don't remember everybody. I
Right,
remember
exactly.
Koscheck.
Well, and I think that comes along with the whole persona that they put out there,
Yeah.
and the look and
100%.
everything, as opposed to maybe how good they were at actually fighting with
Yeah.
their style and everything. It was more of, I'm really loud. You're not going to forget me, even if I'm just lose everything.
Yeah.
It's this. I mean, if McGregor, wasn't I got just his persona, his how loud he is.
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're going to remember him. It doesn't matter if he's losing fights from now until the end. He's done a lot of stuff as far as just being that.
He talked himself into $100 million. That's what.
damn
he did.
right he did. Fuck yeah. I wouldn't come back to get punched in the face for shit.
No.
Anybody talking to shit, oh, when's McGregor coming back, whatever. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Between Mayweather money and the fucking whiskey,
The real deal.
fuck off. I'd be
We gotta do the
Irish jigging my ass all the way. You
right.
wouldn't hear me.
We're gonna do an Irish jigging whiskey contest.
Fuck
in here
yeah,
with
let's
the-
do that.
with the Conor McGregor whiskey one night.
There you go. Hell yeah, dude.
I like it.
Proper 12, motherfuckers.
Right? Let's do it.
I'm just saying.
For
let's
real.
do that.
You're in on that one,
We'll
Joey the
bring
Bull.
you out from Wyoming, dude, because
right.
we got a huge budget here at the Gym Crashers.
It's,
so
it's
fuck
all
yeah.
Robert's budget, so everything comes out of his pocket.
Ooh,
the
whoa.
Polynesian Panda runs this
Well,
show.
Right. So, what else is
That
left
means that
in
money,
his pocket?
well, there's-
then?
money's no limit.
Okay.
When it comes
All right.
to Robert.
Make him say, oh wait.
yeah.
I thought we were going no
right.
limit. My bad.
That's right.
Fuck. I
When,
relived
he's,
the
when Robert's at a
2000s
strip
for
club, he
a
makes
little
it
bit.
hail.
Hail.
He
Holy
blows quarters.
shit. Whew. Fuck me.
He's a video game
Anyway,
guy.
yeah, man. So
about-
what else we got?
Pedro Munoz, Cody Garbrandt.
Motherfucking Pedro Munoz.
Right?
Holy shit. And shout out to Pedro because he's, obviously a Brazilian transplant, but
Yep.
he's trained.
But he's a South Bay guy.
Yeah, he's a South Bay guy, man. And it was good to see him win, like, a big one. Obviously, Cody Garbrandt, former bantamweight champion. During his little run at top. You know, it wasn't very long, but I mean, he was one of the most marketable fighters.
He's very
I
watched.
mean,
At the time, he was very watched.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, movie star, good looks, had a crazy story with one of his fans that had cancer, and he was like, "I'm gonna fucking win a title for you."
Put the belt on him.
And did it, and wrote a fucking book about it.
Right.
For his time, he was the shit.
Right. It was a short term, but
yeah,
it seemed like he tagged Munoz and was ready to go in for the kill, and then you take it from there.
Oh man.
So wasn't he pulling the whole? Was it weigh-in where he did the whole? You know, like neither one of them's tall.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
It's just like you're
From
like
the
5
tallest
foot.
guy in the
You're like
room,
5'4". I mean,
the rest of us are 5'4". Only
Yeah.
Tim is 6'2".
Right. Exactly. Yeah, man. So your thoughts?
So I honestly, after just the weigh-in, I wanted Cody. I wanted
absolutely.
to see go that way. I thought it was
thought it
funny
would
when
go that
because it
way.
was just and it was two short guys, and then you have
Vertically
a vertically
challenged.
challenged person
Yeah.
going. You know what? You're short. I mean, look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, you're fucking tiny. Sorry. I mean, it's it got nothing to say, but that was. I'm just still.
It was cool to watch.
It
fuck
was.
It was still fun. It went back and forth.
They both look like they had like little wee man arms for their length. I don't see how their reach.
Fan
was,
appreciation is a fun day, and he might not
Fuck
be
yeah,
wrong.
it is.
Well, that's what it looked like T-Rex arms, like both of them,
Yeah.
like
Like
they
the ones I
just
have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yours even look. Come on, longer than that.
Nothing, man.
Yeah.
But no,
Can't
so
even
that
reach my
that was
thing.
so you're gonna have to tell me who took the nut kick.
We're gonna have to go through that. Robert's gonna have to find
Because
that out.
that I think that they should have made the other guy have to pretty much stand there like Superman with his legs open and his
Yeah.
arms, and just
Yeah,
to even it
yeah.
out for the fight and just let him take one.
Well,
You don't
because
have
it's
to
a
take one
game
right-
changer, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck yeah.
I kicked in
Fuck
the nuts.
yeah,
I'm
it is.
kind of done. I don't want to
Absolutely.
eat.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
Jesus.
and if you're dominating the fight, I mean, if you lose a point here or 2 points, that's not that big of a deal. If it's not going to go to a draw, if it's not going to go to the scorecard,
Right.
You
Absolutely.
just ruptured
100%.
someone's sack. you
Yeah.
know.
Fuck, man.
Maybe you got it coming to you.
Yeah. Oh, I like what you did there. Come in,
coming
ruptured
at you
sack.
live.
This is Dondo here,
All
man, and
over
you can
ya.
catch him at CXF 17 March Madness this Saturday.
That's
at
right.
the Florentine Gardens
And
in Hollywood.
2/3 of this Oreo cookie will be there.
Oof. Damn right. Fuck yeah, man.
Tim will be back in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
unfortunately. So yeah, I think if they're gonna, that's something that I think that they might. I mean, if it's gonna be completely on purpose and it's just
Oh, it's brutal
that
too.
it's just you stop it right there, and if you're gonna make those actual points, you're getting deducted count. Then stop the fight and
Stop
go
the
to
fight.
scorecard right then and there.
Right.
I mean, if it's if it's pretty much evened up, that's gonna keep people from doing stuff like that. To,
Yeah.
100%.
give themselves an edge.
You almost make an example out of them, and know that we're not tolerating it. But that's the kind of spotty thing in terms of judging and refereeing, because there's so many inconsistencies, and depending on it's funny, like MMA On Point just put out like the 10 worst referees and what have you, and I remembered like one of the most egregious things in recent memory was the 145 women's featherweight title fight with Jermaine Durandamy and Holly
yeah.
Holm, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I
That-
forgot.
That was hyped.
Yes,
That fight
but
was
I
hyped.
forgot how many infractions that the
Sure.
referee let go. Right, so in this particular,
Who was the
instance,
ref?
like, fuck. Oh god.
Was it Mario Mazzagatti?
No. It was a New York guy. It was a New York guy because that was one of the first fights when New York State Athletic Commission let the UFC back in. I want to
Got
say
it.
that was one of the first cards.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. But fuck, man, it was egregious, and again, nut shots, man. Like most people, like if you've gone into a bar, which you were, Tim, right? And
Tim
you're
lives
like,
at the bar.
Oof, oof.
And the bar
Ooh,
lives
hot
with
and
Tim.
heavy, hot and heavy, Dondo.
We can pull up his Polaroid from the jail cell. It's okay.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry, Tim.
I just messing with him.
But here's the thing: you hear, "Oh my gosh, I would have got up from that or whatever." Okay, take a 80-mile fastball, because I mean, obviously you don't know MMA, right? Take an 80-mile-per-hour fastball to the nuts, and see if you walk away from that.
No.
That's essentially it. And maybe 3 times harder.
Oh.
If you're fighting one of those Muay Thai guys that kicks the shit out of trees.
It really
right?
doesn't take much for the nut to be.
Dude.
Right?
Just
You
the,
could
the
just
grazing of
Right?
of possibly an angry wife or girlfriend or your kids screwing around with you. I made the mistake of letting my kids watch the first couple of Jackasses, and so they thought it was the
Oh, I
funniest
love
thing.
it.
Fuck yeah.
Nicholas,
That's
yeah.
my purse.
So my youngest kid Nicholas, when he was 3, he watched it. I let him, and so he went around, and if you were not paying attention, it didn't matter if he knew you or not. You were getting uppercut.
Nice.
I mean, he would be in a
Wow.
grocery store and just walk
Nail
up to
people?
a guy, and just nail.
Wow.
People were pissed, right?
10 points for Nicholas.
Yeah,
I
I
should've
taught
had
him
that
the
on
double high
video.
five, so he did that at school. That got me called to the office.
Now
Immediately.
show us the double high five on Adam.
I think Donna wants to be
the
there.
whole double high five, and then just to the junk. So yeah,
Yes.
So
I was
having
like,
a
What's the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok. Yeah. So, but I mean, just you remember, if you just get a little grazing, you're down.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
there's that feeling. Even if you don't go down,
I'm very sensitive.
You know it's coming that way.
That's right.
There's a possibility I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, pretty
this
much,
just
pretty
sucks.
much.
You
That's
want to
it.
lay on the
Like
ground
shit your pants.
and just and just sit there and hold your nuts and just scream.
Cradle.
And
Yeah.
It feels like a
you don't care
case
that you
of the
look like a
flu.
baby.
No,
Yeah,
you got
no.
the flu for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How are you going to fight?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and anybody that has any guy that's got hit, you're just like, man,
It'll put you under.
You're okay. You're okay to cry. You just go ahead.
Just do
Nobody's
it.
judging you, and
Yeah,
we know it's
absolutely.
going to last about a half an hour.
Especially
and then
after
you're good to
40,
go.
you wake up and you sit on them. So,
Fuck me.
Right?
I mean, I walk.
They even hit the water. You know
I'm
the
of a
temperature
certain age-
outside.
I'm of a certain age. I walk and the fucking thing slaps the back
Oh,
of
you
my
got-
thigh, and I'm
you
like,
got clackers.
"Fuck."
Those are called clackers.
Clackers. There you go. I like it. I like it.
You
But-
don't want to hold the tight kick bags because
Okay.
when they kick real hard, your clackers go back and forth.
Oh,
when you're doing tight
okay. I got
kicks.
that. I
And
have
wear tight
10
underwear,
points.
right?
10 points.
You know it.
I'm not a striker at all. Fuck that. Man. Oh God. But yeah, dude. So
Yeah, I think I think that they need to implement something that
For the nut kicks.
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, because they don't let it ride in boxing. They don't. I mean, anything, any sport.
Right,
It's
absolutely.
something where they and. I mean, it was almost like his feet were about to come off the ground.
yeah. 100%.
I mean, you could just see, like,
Yeah, he was lit up. It was a direct kick. It didn't seem like it was an inside leg kick mistake or a push kick mistake. It was a nut kick extraordinaire.
Yeah. Du jour, I would even say.
Right?
But yeah, I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm Dana White, if you're listening, I know you are. But here's the thing. So anybody that does like the nut shots and the referee doesn't call it, what we're gonna do right here, and you heard it first here on the Gym Crashers,
start
is
showing
we're gonna invite Nicholas down to the octagon so he can fucking uppercut the shit out of whoever
Oh,
kicked
Nick.
the shit out of the other person's balls.
That's
So
right.
you good with that, Tim?
Yeah, and his punch has got
points.
a little bit better. He's going to be 10 on the 24th this month. So
Oh,
yeah,
happy
he
early
went from
birthday, buddy!
It's Nutcracker Nick's
Beat-
birthday.
Happy early
I
birthday,
love it.
Nicholas. And we
Nicholas,
got-
you are the Nutcracker.
yeah, man.
He actually, and yeah, I kind of give him crap sometimes. He lives in the Bull Township or something like that in
Whoa.
Pennsylvania, and so it sounds like the Ballsack Township. So I
Oh.
asked him that at school when I went to school with him, and yeah, he said you can't say that, Dad, because they're gonna like get mad at me, not just at you.
They're
but
going to
yeah.
execute me.
Oof.
He's like, you get
Ouch.
to go back to Wyoming, and I'm stuck here in the PA.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Is that close to Pittsburgh? Where's he at?
So I think about a half an hour northeast of Pittsburgh.
So it seems awful cold.
Is it Westchester?
Oh, I have no
Is that
idea.
where you grew
I'm
up?
saying because like that would be a great jackass tie-in. Bam Majera lives over there.
Oh,
so-
I thought maybe you grew up over in that part.
no, fuck.
You said
I
you
mean,
bounced all
nothing
over.
against Philadelphia, but yeah, no.
Filthy Delphia.
Filthy.
I know that the roads are fucking horrible. They suck. I mean, potholes everywhere that look
Have
like.
you been to LA?
Not much.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, Pennsylvania puts any pothole in California to shame.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that whole thing with what is it, Domino's or whatever it was, fixing potholes originated on the East Coast. I mean, they don't give a shit. They just leave those potholes right down the center, hoping you don't drive over them. And yeah, I mean they're huge. It's like
It'll
a Grand
ruin your
Canyon.
car.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Philly, we're probably not coming to your town. 10 points.
Good.
WrestleMania,
good
yes,
sandwiches.
it's coming
Come
to
on,
your
I need a
town.
Philly sandwich for every once in a while, right? You just had one tonight.
Yeah.
Honey
actually
or
did.
Fountain Valley Zone.
Yeah, man.
Philly's best. Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
have?
Just the plain cheesesteak. Well, and yeah, because I drove out there and to Pennsylvania, and it did not cross my mind to have a sandwich there, like in the state at all.
So unlike myself, that's the first thing that crosses my mind.
Yeah, your head was probably going through CTE because of the fucking potholes.
Well,
How about that?
I drove straight through, so it was 28 hours from, and that was from Wyoming. And,
Brutal.
I drove straight through, and
Quite a scenery, though.
yeah, I went to my first White Castle.
Oh, nice.
Actual fresh, which was worse than the frozen stuff. The frozen stuff, way better.
They got them in Vegas,
Whoa,
dude.
no
White
shit.
Castle.
I didn't know that.
I could put away
stopped-
20 of them.
I was in
Wow.
Indiana, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and
Yeah.
I was on my way back because I was only in Pennsylvania.
So
for
what'd you
about a week.
take? How'd you like it?
I fed most of it to my dog.
I
Just the little sliders.
I
yeah.
prefer-
Oh, shit on the
In-N-Out
fucking
burger.
White Castle, eh?
Oh, In-N-Out way, In-N-Out way better.
Right? We have superior burgers here. And Tommy
man.
Burgers then after that.
Yeah.
Had Tommy's the other night.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't
10
walk
points.
behind me after I have Tommy's.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
man.
I don't remember them giving the little jalapenos or chilies. but,
hell yeah, they did when you were in high school. Hell yeah, I eat 14 of those with one
And
of them.
see, and then-
I would blow the hell out of class because I'd go right after lunch.
And you guys could just order food, like it just gets delivered, like
Oh, yeah.
via Uber. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they just got Uber where I'm at.
Yeah, we
so.
got Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Uber Eats, and what's the other one? You don't know? You
Oh,
deliver?
DoorDash?
Something like
Postmates?
that. Yeah,
Postmates.
yeah, Postmates,
Yeah,
Use
yeah.
that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I got to unsubscribe because we don't have it. So after a week of the free trial, it's going to be $100.
Pretty
They're gonna
cool.
charge
Pretty
me,
cool.
so-
Get on it. And hey, moving back to fights, we got Usman Woodley, and that was an upset, in my opinion.
Holy shit. Tim, your take.
Chocolate on chocolate.
I didn't want him to win. He
Didn't
came
want
out.
Usman to win because he came out with some swagger. Is that what you're telling me?
It reminded me of the guy from Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing-
Yeah. 100%.
That's that swagger.
Yeah, and so that, I mean, there's being pompous, to a point, and that's just, it was ridiculous. It just, so, yeah, I mean, another fighter that I really didn't know anything about, but the fact that he came out like that,
He's the champ now.
yeah, well,
Jeez.
I mean, there's always going to be someone bigger and tougher. I mean, eventually something's,
Yeah.
so I guess, if that sells you, if that gets you out there, and I mean, besides your fighting, helps you, like, with McGregor, become known for a long time and make your money.
Where's Usman from?
I want to say it's Nigeria. He's the
Yeah.
Nigerian nightmare.
Yeah, he comes out with the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had his
And-
face painted at the damn weigh-ins.
And that is not a country to be ignored for warriorship. They
Fuck
are
no.
raised fighting in the
Oh,
streets and in the
shit,
jungle.
yeah.
Is that close to the Congo? Pretty sure.
Ooh, as the resident, supposedly, I fucking
Don't
don't
know,
know, man.
don't know.
So one big fucking thing.
Savage.
Louis
Crazy.
Farrakhan doesn't come from there.
No,
And-
no.
Also, I can't get beyond those macho Camacho trunks. I mean,
Oh,
if you're just
yeah,
gonna have
yeah,
those dangly dumbass looking, mini
like his
skirts
style.
split up.
It's Muay Thai style though for kicks, and
But
I know
there's really
they're
no.
not sexy, but I
Yeah,
get
I
it.
just- I
I
don't know,
kind
they're-
of dig
they're
them
bi-
myself.
I just think of Camacho every time I see trunks like that.
Yeah.
So
There you
I
go.
mean,
Yeah.
Muay Thai guys wear those kind
Yeah.
of trunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
So, Donda, your take.
I talked about this earlier on MMA Unbound. However, Tyron Woodley is an action figure. He is very busy. He's got movies going on. He's got stuff outside of UFC that's keeping him very busy. I don't know that he was distracted, but he certainly did not take Usman as seriously as he should because of the outcome. If you're the champ, you're defending your title, come on. Put other things. This is what brought him to the spotlight to begin with. Let's put everything else aside, focus on this fight, and then go back to that. What do you think?
Okay, but counterpoint, Woodley was already doing that shit, like, 4 straight title defenses?
Sure.
He was already doing that shit. All the TMZ shit, all the rapping stuff, opening up for Wiz Khalifa. He was doing it. And if he would have won against Usman,
What would we say?
Yeah, what do we say? Oh, whatever. It only becomes a hindrance when he loses or
True.
a fighter loses.
You're
But,
right about that. I'll give that to you.
Yeah, I mean, he'd managed to fucking do it for 4 straight title wins, you know? And
He defended.
but the crazy thing about it is, like, this sucks because I feel, just kind of looking at the crystal ball, Woodley's going to find himself in a similar situation as Stipe in terms of how many title defenses and, long run on top as champion. But then as soon as they lose the title, they're going to find themselves away from the fucking title picture,
Yeah.
because, again, it's almost like the the DJ, feather flyweight division
Sure.
thing. Like they were ready as soon as again Cejudo, like they couldn't get the fucking belt
on
off
him.
of fucking Mighty Mouse fast enough, right?
that funny?
And then fucking get rid of the fucking division, and what happens? Oh wait, Cejudo beats the fucking higher weight class, whatever. Now, like,
What do we do?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. There's a lot of question marks out there.
Right,
with Cejudo.
exactly. So with Woodley, unfortunately, his path to gold will be as treacherous as the Pennsylvania potholes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be landmines aplenty, and I don't think even with the money fight for Woodley after Usman, should he have won, would have been him versus Colby Covington, right?
That would be it.
That would have been,
Shit talker.
yeah,
extraordinaire.
absolutely. I mean, license to print money, but we don't get that fight. We don't get that title fight because
Not now.
right?
But maybe down the road.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think it's happening. I think that ship has sailed.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's just a horrible state. Again, fucking great Usman. I
was
mean,
gonna say, what do you say about
that was
Usman
that
moving
was a
forward?
championship level fight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he won the UFC Golden Dixie Plate Championship. What in the fuck is that thing?
The giant hub.
And it's like everybody forgot this, like, and all the embeddeds, the UFC, whatever. They're calling this damn thing the legacy belt, right? The legacy belt is the one that Matt Hughes and Randy Couture.
That was the
George
legacy
St.
that we
Pierre,
all knew.
That's the one that just moments before John Jones had, right?
He owned it.
Right? But now in the post-fight presser, we got Jones and Usman with the fucking UFC World Dixie Cup Championship. Like, what in the fuck? Like, we're supposed to have this revisionist history, and we're all supposed to go along for the ride. I'm hot about that. I'm just saying.
I
I'm
can
just
tell.
saying.
It's a man on fire.
Yeah, man. But speaking of Jones, we've got Jones and Anthony Smith, right?
Yep.
So
You walked right into that one. So the headliner of the night was Jones and
absolutely.
Smith. What did you expect from Smith? That's what I want to know. Maybe you didn't know who he was. Maybe you did.
Well, he seemed like he was a little too focused on waiting for something, and he was missing some of the other shots, some of the other stuff that was hitting. He was waiting for something bigger, I guess, and was kind of getting picked apart
Okay.
the entire fight.
I think that's fair because John will pick you apart.
Yeah, and it was just his concentration. Like it looked like he was just focused on waiting just to either get knocked out, or for that knockout to come and try to counter it. But was getting picked apart the entire fight.
But he goes 5 rounds with
That was impressive. I
with
mean,
John Jones.
Yeah,
Who does
absolutely,
that? Who
absolutely.
does
So
that? It's that's my thoughts exactly. I mean, I expected an early knockout. John's got a lot to prove. The whole testing thing for performance enhancing, and other drugs being found, not that aren't performance enhancing, they're just party drugs in my opinion. It makes you think, what is he going to do to redeem himself? So I thought, man, it's going to be an early knockout. This guy's got a lot on his hands, and he couldn't do it because he would have done it, and he's done it in the past.
absolutely, yeah, man.
So Smith is hardcore.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, there was an errant couple kicks thrown by John Jones to Anthony Smith that could have changed the course of the title fight. Now, one would argue that, hey, like John Jones did, Anthony Smith is a warrior for not taking the knee, not, letting Jones become disqualified, right? But the thing about it is, okay, so you're a warrior, right? You could have won the title. Which, as we learned, I mean, I kind of, Anthony Smith was pretty much like a dark horse, right? The lightest dark horse that you could ever get because
That's
he's really
Well put.
really light in complexion. But with that being said, he's got 3 kids, right? He's got 3 kids.
He needs to eat too.
Right, absolutely. So
I didn't even think about
you
this,
can't
but you're
tell
right.
me that if you basically did, even though it's a DQ win, do the thing that Alexander Gustafsson, Rumble Johnson, DC, the current UFC heavyweight champion, right?
And considered the GOAT.
You did what they couldn't do, right? and you get the title. You get at least one guaranteed title either main card fight or whatever, because you can
Life
spin
changer.
it. Yeah, absolutely. You get one championship payday.
Interesting perspective.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Right. You get one championship level payday. Even if you have, obviously they're going to run it back to Jones because Jones is their boy right now, right?
Yeah.
But the thing
That's
about
the
it,
moneymaker.
you would have gone into a Jones fight as champion, and who can really say that?
Yeah.
Not anybody.
Yeah.
So, of course, you call Anthony Smith a warrior for not being able to fall down or what have you. But again, so is that going to equate, because he's a warrior,
I hope
him a big money fight?
I hope so.
I hope so too, but you know what?
But
Highly
it's-
unlikely.
History tells us otherwise.
Right, absolutely. As we have seen, we're probably going to see with Woodley. We're seeing now with Stipe and anybody that is out of favor with the UFC brass. So, you know what? I want to be cautiously optimistic, but everything says like the rain falls down in Spain, and Spain just fell out in Anthony Smith's house.
Maybe missed an opportunity.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and was it all him, or was his corner involved in saying like, let's keep going for this, let's not try to take this? I mean, was it because like you guys were saying, that the payday could have been there one time, and that's just what UFC. I mean, that's not what his camp can come up with as far as sponsorships, whatever. And I mean,
But they
bill
can't.
it as
With UFC, you can't. You don't have that.
Yeah, man.
You got to sell Reeboks.
Oh,
my
there
God.
you go.
So tell us
All right.
about this picture. That is a man that looks like he's in custody.
Oof.
that was that was walking into a grocery store, and apparently I had a warrant out for driving my ex-wife's vehicle at the time with she didn't have current registration.
Oh man, I do that every day.
Yes, well, it's a
Not
little,
my
bit more,
ex-wife's, my
a
own.
little bit more populated out here, but so
They
yeah,
arrest
that
you
is
for that?
Yeah, I think my bail was $108.
And nobody
And-
came up with 10%. That's
Well,
$18.
You can't bail yourself out.
Fuck.
I thought I didn't think I was going to be in there, so I didn't write any phone numbers or anything. So I had, we live in a age of cell phones. It's not like the old days where you kind of had to remember a phone number to,
Every number is 714
and
842.
I ended up being stuck in there for 10 days. Their cook though actually is a 5-star chef. He quit some famous restaurant, so now he cooks for the jail there.
In Wyoming.
Yes, and they
Where's this,
actually-
Cheyenne?
It's in Rock Springs, so
Rock Springs.
Sweetwater County. Yeah. So they actually also give you ice cream sandwiches, and
Wow.
it's not.
Is that what they call that now?
Yes.
Wow.
That is the new cuddle.
We got an ice
the new
cream
snuggle
sandwich
is the
for
ice cream
you.
sandwich.
There you go.
And
What kind
and
of
your
cookie you
cell,
want with
but,
that sandwich?
Yeah, it's kind of like. I mean, it really was not bad.
No?
That's a pretty good food.
So
Wow.
apparently we got to Airbnb that fucking place the next time we're here in Wyoming.
And that's actually something people do.
I
They
like
actually
it.
do that can't afford
Hey,
rent, that work in the oil
Check
fields.
this out. Producer Robert's pulling up Access TV. We got a fight up. What are you showing us, Robert?
Ali in the black and red, and Ali stuck it right away.
Oh, this is what Tim was showing us earlier.
Yeah, so I actually met that gentleman there, Mitch Aguiar.
Aguiar is hurt.
Abu Day Ali, no messing around.
Big, strong guy, man. He's really hurt. Aguiar's all over the place with his feet.
God! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Holy shit!
Are you kidding
Boom,
me?
boom, boom. Are you kidding
Oh
me?
my gosh!
But it's
Oh.
Abu Day Ali with the highlight reel.
Talk about two dudes that look like a fucking brick shit house, man. Like,
Right?
yeah.
That's Mitch Aguiar. He apparently he was a Navy SEAL for about 15 years and just retired from the Navy SEAls to try to fight professionally.
Damn.
Tim sent that to us to the Dream Crasher show, so we wanted him to
Yeah,
represent.
man,
so that's something of a
and shout out
highlight
to
that
Mitch,
he wanted
man.
to.
Fuck.
Right?
He was actually a nice guy, and I met him shooting. So I was out in the middle of the desert out in Wyoming, and I think he was up in Montana, and he was passing through, and came out and was shooting out by me, and we just started talking. So that's how I kind of met him, and then started following him on Instagram. And
It's a cool guy.
Yeah,
I like
right.
it. We're going to have to get him on the show.
Speaking of following on Instagram, where can people find you, good sir? On the IG and the Google
Instagram,
machine?
Hard Luck 13, pretty much.
Put up the knuckles. Hard Luck 13.
So yeah, I've been on the whole social media thing, I guess, not really doing anything with it, but I've been able to use Hard Luck 13 pretty much everything, emails, screen names, everything like that. So.
Right on. When you come out with your whiskey, we'll call it Hard Luck 13.
There you go. Fuck yeah. I like that.
Oh, there it is. Johnny Punani, my porn name.
There you go. Yeah, man. Dondo, where can they find you on the social media?
Dondo, the Jujitero on Instagram. Not quite yet on Facebook. I'm not that savvy, but I'll get to it. I promise you. But Jim Crashers is on there.
Guess who's not sharing our show?
Right? And the Fijian Freak Show, my friend Adam Woods.
What's going on? Oh, according to Woods on pretty much everything.
That's
use
right.
the hashtag according to Woods, and you'll fucking find me. Use the hashtag Gym Crashers, and share this very show, and we'll be glad you did. But if you want to catch 2/3 of this nice trio, you can do so this Saturday night at CXF at Florentine Gardens
17
in the heart of Hollywood for CXF 17 March Madness. That's a big fucking card.
I think it might be at Sportsman's Lodge.
No, it's Florentine Gardens.
You certain?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. So right in the throes of Hollywood.
I prefer it. I like Hollywood. That's where we saw the seasons beating, so I'm excited to get out there once again.
That's
We'll
where I
hit
try
the
to become a
Rainbow.
Black Street boy.
Anytime
Yes, I
you
said
guys
Black
want to
Street
come
boy.
out, yes, a Black
That's
Street
there
boy.
you go.
We'll be sitting at Lemmy's spot at the Rainbow afterwards to have a rum and coke.
Fuck yeah. Maybe I can get some
Jack
videos
and
for-
Coke, which is a Lemmy. I messed that all up.
Yeah, there we go. Fuck yeah.
All right.
Well, let's grab
A Lemmy. A kill
Lemmy?
mister.
Holy shit. Wrong one star. Fuck. That one's not dead yet.
That's right.
But speaking of things that aren't dead, definitely not this show and the show that follows us, the fucking Royal Ramble.
The Ramble's
OCCW
coming up.
represent. Holy shit. And a voiceover from Mr. Hinojosa.
Hinojosa. It is Jonathan Malice's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday.
Oh shit.
Malice and Chains.
You're going to give him a noogie. That's what I heard.
I gave him a comic book, but that's all good. That's between me and him.
Okay. All right. Way to better him up.
Okay. You
But
give it. You give him.
Oh shit.
One of you guys give him a
that's
noogie.
after
Watch what
hours.
happens.
That's the B-roll for the Gym Crashers.
That's
Speaking
it.
Of noogie, that would have been the icing on the cake had Lawler received a noogie during that Bulldog to top it off as
10
a big brother.
points.
Oh.
10 points for fucking Tim Webster.
It is Fan
Yeah, man.
Appreciation Day. Tim Webster just topped that off. That was a Gym Crash.
Hell yes, man. But for Dondo the Jitsu Terror?
John
John
Jones,
Jones.
yeah. John
Motherfucking
Jones.
John Jones.
John Jones Dondo. And
A.K.A. Dondo.
that's right. And also, my poor name, Johnny Punani.
Ooh, Johnny Punani. We got Tim Webster, and I am, according to Woods, we're out unless they fucking throw me in the Airbnb jail in Wyoming and shit, because that's
That's what
apparently
we do.
that's where I end up. This is
Yes.
where it all fucking ends up, folks.
That's right.
But until next week, we are out.
Out. Inglewood's finest.